The bottom one? I'm not sure because, yeah, the USB mic is just completely trash. Oh, what's this? Alright, let's do our quads. Oh no. Why is this old version? What is this? Alright, good. Oh, kind of like how the collision works. Alright, jumping now works. I mean, what are all these boxes and spheres? Oh, you could just go there? Okay. You die. There's die logic. There's no UI, it's just like you die. Okay. I don't know what that was. It's related to text rendering. Because you always need to like be invisible when you get hurt. Pretty cool. I don't know how you get that other thing if it's on that platform and you end level with it. Alright, let's see. Physics water. I just like playing all these like crazy JavaScript games before I get into coding. Really hardcore C++ optimized. Oh, what's wrong with this? Let's just go to CodePen.io and just see how somebody else did this. Oh. So there is an easy way to do this. Whoops. That's freaking pretty cool. Click fluid to form ripples. Press any key to change fluid color. That's not bad. Just like a little bit more shading. Weak code billing. Code features, weak code billing. What's that mean? I'm just gonna copy paste their site saying that. Okay, so that one's good. It's just like, this is kind of stupid. AI's interpretation of ripples. That's pretty cool. I like the grid-like effect. This is nice. Very, very nice. So this isn't a shader, this is just geometry being generated. Yeah, it's just geometry being pushed. It's a nice little water shader. You got like little bubbles that randomly spawn. It's very simple, it seems. There's like no processing power required. Well, this will definitely be like a cool one. It's like you could jump into the water, but it ripples. And based on where you are in the ripple, but I think this is all shader based. You would have to somehow convert it into data. I kind of like the fluid text too. That's the thing I wanted. Account required to search CodePen? Not really. I should sign up for an account though. I have the other sites too. Just a lot of cool like demoing ideas. You could kind of like simulate all these like nice game features. Oh, okay. This is sort of like what I just coded up. Steer brake. Oh, I guess this is for mobile, yeah. Touch left. The steering seems to be screwed up. Yeah, this was AI generated. It's just the way it does it is like it looks just the same as it did it. But I like it how it's in the forest and stuff. It's on the hillside. It's where like drunk truck drivers would drive. I mean, something. Sorry. It's too bad you can't destroy the trees. It's not like it's really hard to do. What you have to have is your own physics engine, because you have to predict ahead of time when it's going to happen. That way you could just like pre-bake the mesh, like insert the mesh before it happens. Just kind of like optimize every frame real quick. So for this you don't want, and I like how there's lighting. There's just like shadows, like even though the shadows aren't great, they're good enough for this. For like mobile, this is perfect. And you can play this on mobile, I believe, because of the steer and brake. And then you play with the arrow keys, and the camera needs a little bit of work. Not really. Like, what the fuck is this, water? Waterfall? It's cool that it's here, whatever it is. It just needs also terrain-based collision and ramps and stuff, and the ability to jump. It's funny how I put the tires. That's so AI-ish. But it actually makes the vehicle look cool. Like, all you have to do is rescale them. What's the other thing I needed to look up? There's some other thing. I keep trying to code a lot of this with AI, but the good thing about making your own originals is you learn some of the most cheapest methods and weird methods to do it. That's pretty cool. Actually, that's just text and they're just overriding it. But this is good because it's very like simple. Like it could be used as water. If there's different things. Oh wow. It's not bad. Just really simple thing. This is kind of cool, but I don't like the fact that it's just like background shit. A lot of this shit is done in 3. I forget which one I wanted. Oh wow, it's like one of these games. The controls don't work. Okay. So stupid. That's what you like see on Google ads half the time. This fucking garbage. Random endless game. A lot of exciting things there. Get back to this like more exciting thing. Alright, how do I scale that correctly? It's a number between these two numbers, I believe. And we don't have a debug output for this. It's just like really want to do? Oh yeah, I remember what I wanted to do. Does it work? I do have Python. Python 3.10. I don't have Anaconda on this. I have it on the other computer though. Do that in a few days. I have to fix my big fan in there. It's too noisy, but alright. It's gonna be a side project while I'm bored. The reason I like doing this in like a lot of different languages, just making these like little demo games, is because it's so like engineless. You get like the systems down that you're going to need in a whole big complicated system. The AI can only go about 1,000 lines until it just starts just choking on the code. Just goes, I can't do this, too many thinkings. Like it has so many tokens, like our brains have like infinite amount of tokens, but the AI doesn't. It's stupid. Even though it like knows everything. It's really funny, really. Alright. So what is this crap? Oh yeah, I have to compile like 4 of those. Some of this was like, oh no, it wasn't this one. It was another JavaScript one, and it like made a really complicated one. It like simulated all these shaders, and like there was like 5 passes. I was like, damn, what did I ask it that it gave me such good response? Like in this one, ball game, it wrote the shaders in 110. I mean 120. Okay, let's just debug the size. Let's write 2 or 1 printf here. Just to get to the right file, and just like off from the gym, it's just like. Yeah, I just forgot where all the files are. Alright, so this is my file. Render quads cached effect fun. Escape key works in this version. Cool. I don't have to write another line of code to escape my own program. Okay. It compiles. Great. The reason I don't have that outline shader, I wanted this to be like UI ready. I guess I need to default it to just render the foreground text color. It should be rendering the foreground. I don't know why it's not. I gotta check that out. There is like some sort of shenanigans going on. There always is. There's always like some shenanigans hanging out at like the side of the program somewhere in the corner. And it's like, how did I'm never going to be able to fix them. I'm like too busy fixing the main problem. The shenanigans are really screwing up like fixing the main problem. Okay. This is going to be... Okay, it's in the update function. Sorry, like I went through a bunch of code 2 times in between this. It's like reasons can't explain. Alright, so this 4 variable printf, I guess. I do want to include the index. I'll just put it the last variable. I'm going to write out the names. I'm way too lazy right now. Yeah. Always need that enter return. Okay, print this garbage. Okay. The update index will be our index of what we knew we were touching. Alright, we might need another one of these quads though. Alright, let's just run this, see what the values are, and then add another quad. It's going to be hard to add another quad. I'm going to be busy looking at the values. Set the value closer to what it should be. Because here's the problem. I should be able to mathematically do this, and I can't because I'm a dumbass for some reason, and I calculate it wrong. And I don't know how that's possible, because it's like a really simple equation. It's just 124 divided by 64, and that's your size. Like, that's, unless it's skewed it and it screws it up and it puts like into the corner of the atlas map. It's just a bunch of sprite maps. This is what it's generating. What the fuck? Why is there no good compile command? I thought I just compiled this. Okay, whatever, just run this. It's easier to run it and press escape than backspace it out. Alright, render effect fun, EGN memory. Alright, let's just copy paste. I have to actually copy paste and change a few things. It's a lot of work. In my folder, this wasn't like this messy. Oh yeah, here's how I rendered a smiley face character, and this is how I rendered a SVG. I forget what the command is. I think it's one of these files. Yeah, here's another SVG. That's the same one as that, but with the MT thinger. MT SDF. What the fuck? How did I do that? Did I do this? Why is it a frog? It's supposed to be a happy face. Oh, it is a happy face, but it looks like a frog when it's in Windows thumbnailed. That's hilarious. It's really interesting how Windows generates this. Like, I wonder how I get this. You have to turn transparency off. I think if you convert it into non-transparent or something. It's interesting how you get this. Like, how do you get this programmatically and then use it as a texture? That's my question. First step is just take a screenshot, take note of it. I know that you can do this somehow probably in C# using Windows thumbnail API. Like, that would be like the easiest thing to do with Visual Studio. Just like figure out how it bugs it. Because we know that it looks different when we edit it in Paint. Oh, but we still get these nice little thingers. Oh, I think this is MSDF. Oh, I get it. I get how we get this nice texture. We MSDF it. We don't MT SDF it. That's how we get that texture. Okay. Interesting. So if I generate 2, yeah, I knew that it was going to do the. Yeah, I was going to. Fuck. I knew that I wanted to do that, and now I just really want to do it because I'm so close. Because that just adds like just one other effect that nobody else is gonna do. That's kind of awesome. It's just like some unique effect that just brings out the eye, and it shouldn't be that hard either. All it really is modifying two major things in the atlas generation loop: the amount of bits and just writing to PGN, and just calling the generate, not MSDF or just MSDF. Yeah, so the generation function changes in the bit fields. The math changes a little bit but I have really good atlas math. It's pretty funny because I do have it somewhere else and I needed to pull it from the other computer and I didn't. Then I got lazy and I asked the AI, but I had to ask the AI kind of really strictly and procedurally. I already knew how to ask him. I've done this before with just plain alpha type extraction. So compile. Alright. Let's generate that quad. We will need more keys, but I don't even know what we're going to put there. We should free up some more space. We just need that other quad. It's going to be so hard to add it. Okay, copy, pasted it. And this will be index 2. Which doesn't exist yet, but it's okay. I need to just change the position here manually. It'll start at 5. It changes it to 5 later in the update. So this one will have to go to like almost, damn it. It has to go to 1 because it'll fill the whole screen, but at least it'll be like very precisely how we can copy something, paste it. It has to be at 50. Damn it, I messed something up. Alright, that's the lower value. So yeah, this is the 5. This is the 1. I sometimes catch myself thinking always when I do this, I'm doing such irrelevant things, but it's actually very relevant since it's like groundbreaking, something else. Nobody wants to support these features when they're like making a game. But you could even upgrade like new engines with this. Alright, these stupid values are stupid. Let's try to do a good guess of what the A texture parameter is. It's not 0.3, it's that's too big. Let's take a look at what it really... says, okay, yeah, this is why I changed that shader, so I could fix this shader up really fast. Alright, so that's 0.5, 3. What really I should do is just take an input and just let myself input here. Just CN or whatever. F puts or whatever puts. Oh, it's because of this. Whoops. It's really bad when that happens. Yeah, it's like the incremental value. Unless we make a value that increments the incremental value. Set it to 0, set our incremental value. I don't know. Make a button press that does CN. I wonder if that'll work. It should. Alright, we know. Oops. I'm like bad at this game. Why is there a bunch of hex grids behind the letter? It actually looks cool though, like this though. It looks all weird. If this background was a different color, it would look a lot better. Alright, that's too long. Okay, it has to be lower than this. Take this value. Put it for now here. Kinda okay. 0.068750. Yeah, it's. Let me draw it in paint. Oh yeah, this block. It has all the little small blocks in it. Yada yada yada. 24x, 24x. It's kind of stupid to draw this, but I don't know why it helps sometimes. So yeah, so there's 20 of these. Oh, I get it now. I have to just, no, that doesn't make any sense because this is the atlas. This is the atlas, right? And let's look at the atlas for a second here. Make sure they're not bleeding. It doesn't look like that's bleeding. How many letters should there be? 26? Yeah, 20 plus 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Wait, that's too much. Oh, I think it's doing lowercase. I don't think this is the right file. This looks an old file. Damn it. It's gonna be confusing here. Some of them, I think on 4 is the right file we were looking for. Just 26 characters. Wow. Yeah, it's a little bit unseeable. So how you fix this? It'll sort of. No, you don't do that. You do this. Dark is good, but I want to try a different color. Not any other colors. Maybe gray. Let's try dark again. Let's try bright. No. Dark is the best. Okay. Oh, we can't see anything like this. So, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I think I did something wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 16 plus 9, 35? No, 25. Am I stupid? Why is there 26 characters? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. What could it be? L, M, N, O. Yeah, that it's O. P. Is that a P? It looks like a B. Maybe it is. P, Q, R, S, W, X, whatever, U. I can't see what these letters are. Damn it. But what I notice, it increments by 16. Oh yeah, it is supposed to be 16. That's where I messed up. Alright, that's easy. That's super easy. It's just 124 times divided by 16. I should be able to like do that as a calculator person. Oh, something wrong here. 64? No. 1 divided by 16. It's that value? Oh, okay. Because the other value looks so close to it. Let's see how close to it is. Yeah, it is close. Oops. So, it's a little bit off. So all we have to do is hard code our entire program to use this value. Okay. Later be programmatic, but we do have to like have ability to derive this on our own without having to think. Alright, that should be good. This one. Alright, we're going to put this into here. And then, and now we should be able to algorithmically do this after this compile, if this checks out. Let me calculate it again here really fast, just so I can copy paste. I mean, I knew the value is 125 all along, and just like lied that I did. Okay, whatever. And what this will do is this will be, because the quadrant times 2 plus 1, which is, this is 1. See, this is 0 to 1. This is 1 to 2. Okay, enough explaining. Maybe I got everything wrong. I'm a dumbass. Let's just try this. Oh, there's an error. I can't fix this. Alright. Should have used find. Find is so much faster because you just click down here. We should make an array for this and a structure, but the reason is because this program will just get ported later. But it's probably a good idea to put some little game engine in here too from scratch. Just because we could do testing. A lot better testing. Alright, let's just see if we got it right. Alright, A and R. What the fuck? It's supposed to be B, not R. Oh, I get it. R is under A. I'm a smart one. It's not under A. The one we selected is this one. Because we want it like this. I'm smart. And I like how I did it like that. Because we could actually fit more stuff. Okay, we need to change our incrementer here. Our incrementer. Yeah, we need to do a few things with the incrementer. Increment value is going to be the constant. Just divided by 2. 0.065. I can say numbers, right? My brain just says all numbers. Delete. Do not say can't. It's like the memory coprocessor in my brain is way too busy coding. I don't know why. It just pretends like it's busy. It's like busy. No. Return timeout. It's like, you're not doing anything. Return timeout. Just denial. Okay. I wish I knew where I pasted that. I need to do this. There's all this garbage. Like my eyes can't even see anymore. It's there. It's just like, what the fuck? What was I gonna do here? Alright, here's the splitter. Is it gonna add it to another value? There's X, and there's Y. Oh, then there's 0. Yeah, so, okay, I, O, 0, make sure I do this right, or at least like controllable. Okay, well, I'm going to be criticized for my bindings here. I hope so, but whatever. Alright, we did that. Now we can move our letter. What we need to do, do we want to change it to a B or add another quad? We kind of want to add another quad. And have this other key for size change. We'll just take it like this. IOKL. I can do this. I forget. Make the Z and X. I key mode 0. I key mode is equal to 1. It's just like more shit to control our interface. It could be signed or unsigned. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really care as long as you don't overflow. This, we'll just spam this a little. So we don't have to keep going back and forth and adding more of these. We could put another key mode for now, but whatever. We're gonna need another one of these. You could just code it right now. It's pretty simple. Just to have another one. There's going to be some other one, I think. It's going to be like the flyer or something. That way we could update the other quad too if we really potentially wanted to, and we have it. Alright, we're kind of over set up here now. We just need to really save as, add a 2 to this. Alright, we have all this already. We already did all the hard part. I'm just over obsessively trying to add things I don't really even need for even anything. Maybe I will. Who knows? The goal is to just put all those letters inside all the other little ones, and that should be like, all right, it's time to like make one that like will draw text. Like we got to tell it print text, and it's got to print it, and then print text with these specific parameters like a color, position, kind of like size maybe. I don't know how it even detects this error. Like, why would it need to? I double pasted, sorry. But the thing about case, it's more of like a go-to statement. So notice how you don't have to use brackets, you use break, it just keeps running. I don't know why I'm saying this, but you could use brackets. I don't know. It's just more assembly like style where you go to statements. I'm just explaining this, man. Why isn't that a B again? That's an A, that's an R. Alright, can we do this YU? Okay, we can resize it. Why is the sizing not working right? Uh-oh. Did I completely screw it up? Yeah, I don't even know how bad it is. Oh yeah, I should change the shader next. I think I'm pressing the right keys, okay. How's it not allowing me to change it though? It just sets it to the value. What the fuck? Something wrong. Oh. Like this right here. Okay, KL is actually supposed to be... What the fuck? That's actually kind of cool how I did that. I'll just like leave this around, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to remember. I think it works a little bit differently for the bearing and or the kerning or whatever we call that on F build text. But that's the next part of the mysterious part of the puzzle. You just have this commented out bloated blob of commented out code. I don't know why. Just keep it around trash. Hoarding code is good. Alright, so we hoarded that code. We know we've screwed it up. I think we need one with this type of blob thing. Okay, let's do that. I agree. Why not? We need to increase the blob. Okay. Now with this, how to do here is a little trickier. Okay, we need to set the 0 minus, then recycle it. This is minus itself. I think that's the right logic, right? Like it would just switch to the next character. But this is for Y, we gotta do this for X. Yeah, this would switch to the next character, recycle this value and add a minimum. Okay. And you go back by doing this, right? Okay, yeah. That makes sense. I didn't know I was gonna do it like this. I just noticed it. Okay, X. And I don't think it's right that it's plus like that. And right here, we need to actually define a different set of keys. I'm gonna run out of keys here. I don't know. We can't use this key. It's like hard. And I'm gonna do 5, 6, 7. I like picking it like in a grid style, but whatever. Because these are more in the grid style. Okay. Let's just see what problems we get. Okay, kill, but whatever. Because these are more in the grid style. Okay. Let's just see what problems we get. Okay, KL. Fuck. Name shit wrong, whatever. Alright, what I should write is the render text function. No position. Yeah. Okay. I need to make it so it switches this as on a quad. What is it? 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that completely screws it up. Nice. Well, we need to change the Y. The Y needs to go down. The Y never goes down. Okay, the way this works does not work right. It goes up, but it doesn't go down. And it's like upside down or something. Okay. So when you press, that's when you press 7. Yeah, so 7 and 5 or something are wrong. I think we should use a map data structure in order to map it a certain way. So it's mapped to the UTF-8 or ASCII value correctly. Alright, so we need to subtract. This subtract. Alright, first it's not right. Eight is to negate. Oh, if you add both of them, it'll move, right? Does 5 work right? Wait, what the fuck? Oh, this worked. This is added. That's weird. Screwed something up. I don't know. Let's just run this and I'll figure it out when I look at it. I know I can figure it out intuitively, but I just want to write the render text function and then watch some stupid crap. Alright, 5, that fucks it up. 6, that fucks it up. Because 5 fucked it up, so we have to rerun it. Let's see if 6 fucks it up. 6 should increment the X values. No, it decrements them. Yeah, that just messes it up. 5 should increment the text value. Okay, so really, I'm an idiot. Just erase this. It should be like this. 0 plus this, and this is equal to this plus this. That makes sense. Intuitively or something. And then we'll go down the list. We'll just mess with this a little, like perfected stupidity, perfected its existence for whatever. That way we could just like develop a really primitive indexing system because I don't know how they made terminals back in the day, but they had a lot more time to sit there and like mess with logical gates, logic. Alright, so it's B now. So it's horribly wrong though, because we could see K. Okay, let's press 5 again, C. So at least it's switching the X right. D. I think what it's doing, since it's like half a character, I guess it's pulling too much, it's double adding. I don't know why, but whatever. Okay, so we have some progress here. Can we go back? No, 6 does not work. Okay, that like looks better. Oh no. 4 is to go back, isn't it? No, 4 is to change sharpness. 1 and 2 is to change width. 3 and 4 is to change sharpness. 5LM. Because it has no character up here or down here, depending on which way you look at it, it's upside down because it gets flipped or whatever. The images always get flipped in memory. It's just one of those things. All right, can we go back? We can hit 7, 8. Yeah, we can go up and down. It's like displaying two characters at once. It's still screwed up, but it's a little better. Now I have to figure out why I failed math and played video games. Okay, so 5. Take the value of x naught, add this thing to it, then to the x naught, add this to it. So this should move it to b. Update it and break. Alright, I know what the problem is. It's the initial values that's screwed up. So this, since this doesn't get updated, it gets set to this. So the initial value of this, so the y, how do we explain it? Either I just set it to the right value here, or I have to calculate y right every time before I update it. I should do both. It's so annoying and stupid. So let's try that. Let's try the annoying and stupid first. Okay, let's try to fix keys 5 and 6. Just scroll on the top values. Don't move wide, but have it valid somehow. And the thing is, it's like it's better to write functions for all of these. The other keys should work too, but it's kind of like these keys already like do stuff. If we switch these to Y, we don't want to do this Y indexing thing. Oh, it does create a Y indexing thing though if I try to fix it like this. Alright, let's just fix it. It would have to be that. Should we try to fix 6? Let's not fix 6 yet. Let's just make 5 work. If it's possible. If that did it. It should have done it because the initial value is wrong. I'm really confused of where that value was coming from. I was like, why is this like half the size? Or 1.5 the size? It's like weird. But yeah, it's just 0.1, that's why. Alright, that looks sane. The thing is 6 is not going to go back, is it? No. 6 takes us to O and N. Flip. Where is that? And it just stays at this value. That's the thing. It doesn't decrement. It's supposed to decrement and go back to the letter. So yeah, it's just all screwed up. Okay. 6 is supposed to decrement. So we take 0, we decrease this, and we take the 0 and decrease it from this. We don't really need this Y fix up our upper thing, but we'll like cash it in on comment in case we do. Alright. Okay, 5, B, C, D, E. Nice, it works. Obviously, we see a little like problem I've caused. I flipped the letter problem, which is kind of cool because we get like another letter out of it. Like we can get a G out of an L. Let's see if we can do that. Yeah, we got like backwards L. You could also get, yeah, 2 more if you flip it the other way. Kind of funny. All right. So, the main issue is the size of it. We're going to need to pull out the size data. We're going to need to print F. This is the current letter, and this is the current size of the bearing and all that. It's this data structure. I have it up here already. This is how I build zlib. This is how I build PGN something for this, PGN lib for this, 1.6. I had to build these, I think, for this all to work. TinyXML, you don't need to build it. And then you have to do kind of an SVD implementation file that just helps. And yeah, that's why all that spam is always there. So anybody that watches the stream, I guess they could just like figure that out at some point. That's my like ghetto little texture loader. My other ones are a little better. They have DX1 and 3, maybe 5 support. My Android ones, I'm working on supporting PGN. I think I did. I pulled out the PGN lib out of, no, I just did STB image. And that's how I was able to support PGN in this. Because you could also do JPEG lib, but I kind of don't recommend it. It's more work. You have to do a module. And I'm still like learning how to do modules in this. I mean, it's pretty simple. It just takes time. I just didn't have the time, and that pissed me off. So I really need to get good at doing modules because I need to include a bunch. So I just included the OB sound module. I should be able to get that to work. So this is how you really do that. You go into this libs folder. A lot of the common libraries like OB, curl, I don't know even what JUnit is, Espresso Core. Like it just comes with these. The games activity one, I guess it's a module too. It contains some of the SDK for Google, so you don't really use the games activity module if you're just doing pure old Android that doesn't even support ads and stuff, because there's some security vulnerabilities in like Android 5 and lower that they just threw it away. They just said it's trash because they can't protect it with on-screen attacks. Yeah, so does this one support curl? No. I do have ones that do support curl. Yeah, but you just add curl and OpenSSL into this. This didn't really work. Maybe it will. I just didn't set the right group. I could just search these, just go search these libs version files and just look for Let me actually try that. It's actually not a bad idea. Let's see. There should be a lot of these common libraries core common libraries that you need are all in this file. Anyway, it'll load the Android robot, but if you downgrade your Android project to 24, API 24 or 21, 24 I say because of the camera and some other APIs, like it's the sound API. OB will wrap it to 21, but use OpenSL, yes, but yeah, it's like the better choice is 24. The crazy hardcore choice is 21. The impossible choice, you can't even have 35 and 19 in the same project. You just have to split the project and just do it, like split it from at 21 to 35 or 24 to 35 and have the lower ones. Everything that's lower than 21, it's a project, and maybe 21 to 24, but yeah, because it's just shit's just stupid. Like it won't just like Android Studio won't like it. Like I've asked Android Studio, can you make it so you could just build multiple APKs? And it's like no. I mean it does. It does automatically. You just don't know. You just think that you have to do something special, but you don't. I was like really confused with that for a while, and how the whole great old Ninja CMake build system all works together. It's just annoying. Gradle needs a certain version of Java to run. Like, I don't know anything about Java, and this uses Java code, so it runs off Java, and it compiles Java, and it merges Java with C++. Yeah, it's using Java to build with the Gradle, and then that needs different versions, and then the Java it compiles is something. Yeah. So yeah, just a few different sets of Java there. Alright, so in WinG, G++, we have, what is this? Oh, this is the edge code being updated. Okay, it's just so much brighter here. What we have to do, alright, since we got that kind of right, what didn't we get right? Let's just run the first second again. Press 7, 8. Save failed. Who cares? Yeah. Let's go. We can't go back. Okay, let's see. Hit 5. 5, 6, 5. Yeah, we need to fix 6. Oh wait, that does work? Oh, I knew that was going to happen. We get characters backwards and upside down. Well, how do we do that? So we're on G, right? F. Let's go to L. Let's try to do the trick I was talking about. Convert the L to a G. Why is it always these high-end letters? Okay. Damn it. Just goes to these. Oh, okay, so 7, 8, 8, 5. Yeah, because you press 8, you go down. Should be like watching the debugger, I'm not. Okay, the Y is correct now. Yeah, okay, we got L. And if we press 7, we go up, right? And 8. But why doesn't it come back right? It should be flipped right now. Yeah, there we go. We got good. Cool. ASCII character in a different language. And we can make the R and ya. Just to top it off. Can we do it? Let's see. Damn it. I need to look at the coordinates. Alright, we have J. That looks like some other language letter. Looks like a candy cane. What do we need? We need to go down. What was the letter I need to do? Oh yeah, U can look upside down. Pretty cool. Damn it, like why didn't it go down? Oh, I'm getting 6 instead of 7. Let's go with this. Oh. 5 and 6 are like reversed. Or something is reversed. Something is stupid and like making this really uncomfortable. It's like anti-tech intuitive. Okay, 6 goes down, A goes up. Okay, I get it. No, it brought me back to what the other value was. So I hit 5, right? When I hit 5, it increments Y. It does. That's what I need to fix. I don't think my little fix is a good fix. I think it should be maybe other way around based on the logic. I mean, really, it shouldn't be here. Let's just, for now, I know that I can, there should be this other variable. I mean, we could all have this index, but I think we only need like a Y index and an X index. So let's like make note of that by doing this. Then there's that stupid value. Can we find it in the comments? No, but we can just find it with this. Yeah, because it's because of this. This will avoid maybe some of the errors. Okay. I should save this now. It's a good. It's like something. There was a little bit of progress. And we're level up. Okay. I don't know if I added that structure into this file. Yeah, we need this shit. There's the life, and then there's bearing and advance. Or is on until advance the next life. Now, certain languages are backwards. That's going to be always interesting. I don't know. I have no idea how to do that. I haven't even tried to write. I mean, I have tried to learn Japanese before, but it was like I didn't learn anything. It was like the story about. It was like these 2 stories. I basically had to just read them in English. There was like 2 or 3 other languages I was trying to learn, so it was like, look at the cool pictures. It was just kind of strange stories, in my opinion. But yeah. So the Y is correct. The X. Alright, so that's correct. When we go back though, the way it's setting it is wrong. But it was actually the bugginess was actually pretty cool. I like the bugginess. It's cool. Yeah, so we have this one. The R. Okay. The way we get the bearing. I wonder if this bearing value will be valid. I mean, it should. STB get code point metrics. STB free type text renderer. Now this is STB type. I'm a saluting fanatic of TF build free type. Oh wait, STB free type. Oh no. Yeah, free type. We're a free type. Okay. So free type 2, FT build 2. So this library, yeah, I wonder if they could just like dump it onto one H file so they don't have to do all this stupid crap. I like what STB image is about. Include one file, it's done. Well, there's problems with that. STB true type, yeah. STB is true type and free type is the one I'm a big fan of. Why? Because I got it to work. Well, actually, I got STB free type to work first. Okay, STB build terrain destroy grok. Text render grok. Let's go see what this is. Alright, so it looks like it crashed. I knew it. Whenever you get that little like thinking icon, a little clock. Yeah, so we can see here, what's nice is that the comma is the right size, is the right length. The advance is working right. But what's funny, okay, let's look at the type. Yeah, so this uses bearing and advance. This uses bearing and advance also. So they're very similar. In characters, get loaded X off and Y off, which is the bearing values. Scale and advance times scale. So it has to know the scale. So it does this metric thing. I would have to drill into the file to find that. And this one does phase life. Bitmap top, left, rows. Well, rows is just height. The bitmap left and top are the bearing values, and advanced X is obviously. So there could be an advanced Y also for different types of character sets. Huh. Alright, that means this will take 1 month of no sleep and everyday coding. What's this? Yeah, that's the scary part when you look at this font. It's not that bad. It's just like it's like playing a game and leveling up 2 levels every day and then leveling up 10 levels every other day, and you kind of get it all done. You do all your other physics side projects. Okay. So yeah, I would have to init this, have a character structure, get rid of this stupid texture crap. Where do I get this life shit? ft load char. ft load renderer. Because the face, your face, has the bitmap in it. So we could even load the bitmap if we wanted to, but we could throw it away. Set pixel sizes. We could set this to 64. And you could also set it to 16, I don't know. And 48 is also a good value. Anything that space 2-ish. But you could set it to whatever you want, but because like for a game, you only should use maybe 1 value, maybe 2, maybe 3 at most. 1 for a really small font. It's probably going to be your like small font and debug font. Maybe 2 for 1 debug, 1 small font, and 1 kind of medium for UI stuff, and then 1 big one for drawing on walls and stuff. And there could be more, obviously. Most like game mods will use at least like 5 different fonts, but then you could have different sizes being pre-cached. And it's like, do you want to cache all that stuff? Well, the cost is only about 1 material, or 1 texture, sorry, which are technical term. It could be both multiplied by a number of shaders. Okay, so generally we need this. We need to do these 2 things. We need to load I know how to do this. Copy paste my friend. Yeah, so we're gonna have to just like replicate what this has for its font class. Let's just save this. This is sort of good. There's also that error of flipping. We should fix that first. How would I fix that? Okay. So when I press 6, it flips, right? I believe that'll fix it. Let's just not fix it. I'll figure it out later. I kind of want to save the fact that it flips the characters, because sometimes that's a cool effect. It's like you could draw E backwards. And it's like, oh, the E looks cooler. But it's not really going to change the size thing. But it could somehow potentially screw it up. Okay, did we put this function? init text renderer. Okay, we have to get this function to work. What we don't need is this geopixel store thing. Disable by alignment restriction. Do we really need this? Let's ask Mr. Random AI, and we'll ask Lies Copilot search. See, Stack Overflow. The strongly recommended lack of understanding row alignment pixel Transfer operation means the image data you pass OpenGL expected to be grouped into rows. Each row contains a width number of pixels, each pixel being the size defined format type parameters. So the format of GL of type GL unsigned byte will result in 24 size. Pixels otherwise will be packed in row 16 pixels will be take up. Okay. Sounds like convolution or something stupid. Alright, so you have to know the format and what you get back from unloading the texture. Yeah, because if you're sending stuff back from the GPU. Okay, how to download texture from GPU OpenGL. I've never even done this command. It's probably like map and unmap. How to download texture from GL GPU. I mean, like, you could just render it. Create a PBO and bind the texture to it. Transfer data, read data. Get text image. So would this apply to this pixel pack buffer PBO? GL stream read. I don't know what a PBO is. GL pix buffer. Sounds like math and stuff. This guy's a scientist. He works at Pixar. Oh no, this is OGL Dev's video. I love this question here. I just couldn't resist. Is it possible to load a texture into OpenGL without first loading it into texture entire regular RAM? It's like, no. I mean, yeah, because you could just delete the OGL and that buffer. This is an interesting thing. I was always wondering how to use this. Alright. Tile, retile. Oh, this is a cool thing. Yeah, because if you're going to use a tile-based editor, like Unity and Godot, and you call GL subbuffer image 2D, you should just delete your editor. You just code it yourself. So you just have more flexibility that way. I'm kind of joking about that, but yeah, I don't know what this thing does. It really bothers me. Like, I feel like going down this rabbit hole. Yeah, so it copies the memory and stuff to GPU. I know it does that, but map a buffer for writing. It maps. This is cool mapping function. Modify the buffer's data directly. Unmap the buffer when done. Purpose. GPU unmap ensures any changes made to map buffer are finalized and makes buffer available for other GPU operations. So I wonder how that relates to like Vulkan when you do this in Vulkan. So I'm always wondering that to be able to do that API with good knowledge of OpenGL's. What's GL atomic counter buffer? It sounds like nuclear. Alright. Let's uncomment this for now, but take note this, but we haven't needed it so far because we aren't loading a texture. It may only need it for this FT full type renderer rendering thing. Okay, so if we load the font, we don't need a texture. We already have that texture. We could jack their texture too, but there's no point. We could always generate that image anyway. The point of like allocating more memory if we don't need it. So let's kind of comment this out for now. I kind of want the reference for, so I can find it in other files in case this is a little bigger. Okay, I'm not going to comment all that out by hand. Alright, so this should have gotten all our values into characters. And characters is undefined. Yep, it's not defined. Okay, we just need to define characters real quick. And usually characters is it looping through 128? Yes, okay. Usually they just do 128. I know that there's like 170 Hindi characters, and there's like a lot more for other languages. So I would like to allocate like a ton of them. I would like it to be dynamic. And I would like it to always work. And the structure isn't very big. So let's say it's like 64 bytes. I'll make it like 10,000. So that would like make it a megabyte in memory. That's not that bad. I mean, if it goes over this, then it's going to be hard to find a bug. But allocating it and unallocating it? No, it's just like asking for more trouble. For now, fix depending on number of languages and characters supported. There could be two of these. They could be like debug language. Or character debug and just set that to 128. Character universal. Character for rendering game. We're only going to use this one now, and I'll use 128 out of it. Alright, so we just need to INIT this and just see if it works. So I don't know if even if these values are like relevant. I think they are. How do we know that this succeeded? Okay. I don't want to put num characters loaded because that means something else. It means loader into like face, like the textual loading of the characters, and now the face loading has been separated. I know I could put plus plus, but I refuse. Okay, if the character for loop, I have to do this in the for loop somewhere. Okay, it's in the for loop. Great. So that way we don't have to return anything. It's just check that variable for whatever reason. All right, where is the font? So we want to do it. What? How did it not find that? It's loading the Windows font. Alright, so it's kind of funny we have to load the font twice. I wonder if it like will collide for opening the same file at the same time. So that's why I kind of made that stupid variable. Or like it should throw some error. Or maybe just wildly crash and we'll know. That's why it's good to compile now. And after this is done, I think it's a good break and stuff. The next part is just draw all the quads and then use those bearing values to basically do this code. Except it has to be the quad cached version of it. Basically add quads with these values. The W is being calculated also by advance. No, it's not. I'm lying. CH width. Oh yes, CH width is, I think, being calculated by advance. And scale. Yeah, W is being calculated by CH width. Characters with exposition gets calculated by bearing times scale. So this is how you set up the quad. Use the CH height and width. And for the positions, you use the bearing X. And for Y, you have to do this little math. Y minus, in parentheses, CH height minus CH bearing times scale, and then minus that to Y, and then that's the Y position. It's kind of simple. Okay, and X increments by CH advance. Shift 6. Which what is this? Oh, okay. I shift by 6 to get value in pixels. Which is very, very sneaky. It's very sneaky code because what if you're scaling somehow weirdly? Oh, like I look to. Switch up camera. Yeah, the part about this is like how do you do bulletin board 3D text later, and it should be simple. Let's just copy render text function in there. Just start getting prepped. We did INIT. We could just do it this way too. But we can't. Our shader is like different. And there's a way to do it without blend too. Okay, let's just get that going. The problem is there texture UV coordinates? Gotta go check the other sample. Alright. What the fuck? Are they sticking in the UV coordinates? The same shit. It's the same thing. Okay. The advanced though doesn't have that shift. I guess it does it for you or something. It does it elsewhere. When they store it, it also times it by scale. So both of these use some sort of like get code point metrics. This one uses, one of these doesn't really work right, I think. Open the STB font type. I remember one of them was looking really funky. Yeah, it's this one. The size is right, but the rendering is off. It's a pretty cool effect though. This is render text. I want to do cache quads method too. Damn it. Just makes it so it's like skipping it. Now I have to copy paste one quad into this render text and just set all the parameters right, and then just get a wild result and fix it. Crap of garbage. Alright, those are the vertices. The problem that I'm just driving me crazy. So if char is A, which is like 32 or 33, index is equal to A, whatever the C char minus char A, or index. So that's screwed up. That's where it's going to get screwed up. We need to like do this with capital letters first, and then figure out all the bugs, and we don't have the debugger. So I have to like realign this even after I do this. Alright, screw all that. Okay, UV index times that other constant, this 6th thing. So let's just do the UVs first. So UVx0 is equal to the UV index times, if it's 0, it'll be 0. x2, and x1 will be UV index plus 1 times that thing. Okay, simple enough. But we need modulus operator in case it is crap. Alright, let's just set y to default. No, we should just do y right now. That's the hardest part. Alright, I'm going to do this while we wait. For me to kind of brainstorm. So I know I'm going to go pull it out of the Atlas map generator, because it has that modulus like logic, and I can just go ask the AI real quick to fix it for me. So x0 will be x position, right? These are the x positions, the initial x0, x naught, and then this x plus y is x1 or x final. We'll do the same thing for y. Take the lower value, 0.5 or x y naught or y0, and replace it with, and then take the higher value. Uh-oh, I messed that up. Paste this wrong place. It's really easy to mess this up. It usually takes like 10 times until you get like the first few values right. And then so you spend like 10 times, 10 times, 100 times, a lot of times. Alright, let's just plug in these coordinates for now. For x not UVX, for the UVs. Because after we go through the next part of the madness, we'll just be too bored to do it. With them plugging it in is easy. Hard part will be calculating the offset modulus, like when x goes over 16, because we have only 16 by 16, how we index that. Get the y's right. Yeah, I think I did. So this will push it, but we have to call render text before we call GLBuffer data, but we could do this after later and just use GLSubwoofer. But for now, the text won't change, but we want to keep it simple. Like you have to do this in stages, in steps, many steps as possible. But the problem with this particular method is there's a giant leap step. And it's like you have to keep saving file, testing, saving file. Alright, so we did that. This thing in here, we probably should uncomment that just for safety. Later we might need it if we do GLSubwoofer, so keep it around comment. Alright. This thing right here is just to kind of stick around. We don't really need it within the existence. Now we have to calculate y correctly. Let's ask it to do it for us. I'm pissed. calculate these lines of code based on the atlas layout. I will give you the code reference. Setting up the prompt is really the key of my save more time success. Code, render text. I have to give it the particular line and point it, like figure this out. Because it starts like wandering around and doing other things and trying to fix things. People keep asking it all this crap. I have no idea what they're doing. Okay, and the atlas layout is like this code. Try to imply that I'm trying to tell the truth. Alright, our atlas code is also kind of interesting here. And just all the code in general. Well, I was forgetting this, but I just have to find the value 64. It'll be around that code. Yep. Alright. It should. I don't want to tell it shit. I don't need. With this if font thing. I think it's, yeah, told the right thing. So I could just use the calculation that's being done here. The calculation is this atlas copy function, and it is the index of the character modulus the width divided by atlas size, 64. Alright, it's figuring it out. It does give it like a headache though. What is this crazy slash percent sign dollar sign thing? It's going nuts. Well, I got the math right. I just couldn't, you couldn't figure it out. I just got confused by my bullshit. Damn it. And my bullshit lies within this chart. Stars chart, see what is star chart, which isn't quote unquote C, it's just a character. Okay. Alright. Still gonna get this wrong, but I'm gonna get something. I gotta tell it this. See if we could do it. He didn't do it the first time, he just kind of got confused and said I'm an idiot. Alright. We should see, okay, we do see a modulus, okay, good. Another row and a column, and it makes sense. UVX, UVY, blah blah blah. Alright, you think you did it. Note, in OpenGL DirectX, V-axis vertical is often inverted. Nah, if it is, who cares? I like it inverted. I like when characters are backwards, upwards. It doesn't bother me. Alright, so INIT crazy human didn't care to code. AI. Ooh, done. I love it sometimes. It looks right. I mean, if it's not right, we'll just know. And if there's an error of these, why is Atlas normalized cell size not defined? Okay, we need to define this. What the fuck? But that took 2 prompts, so I'm kind of impressed that it was able to figure it out after I explained to it what, like, I like that it kind of said no because it knew something. It refused to answer because it knew that it didn't know what the fuck to do. So that's a good thing. Alright, characters is not type. Fucking character. Your face is a fucking character. Ah, did it. rendering characters, like, why would you need to do this? You could just go into the prompt and type. I guess I'm an idiot. Are we gonna need this other crap? I think we just need our standard, boring, most common character structure. The problem with the structure of names like this character, it's like, you know, is it game character? Is it a text character? Is it some other type of character? It's a character. What are these words? Alright, so we get rid of, at least, why do we have characters errors? First we need to get rid of these character errors before we do the FT errors. I know the problem with this is these guys kind of like our super main globals here. We need them to be like really high up on the chain, food chain. What the fuck? How's characters not declared? Oh, I'm a dumbass. Yes. Okay. Come on, we gotta poop this through. Fuck. Okay. I know we're gonna need to just add a few more little. It's not that hard. I'm just cussing because I just feel like cussing, not because there's any kind of code trouble. I'm more worried about hitting alt tab too many times right now. Because you need to just include this after you copy it and download it off the website. You could also build it, but you don't have to. I don't remember. FreeType is kind of a light library. I call it light because it's almost medium size, but it's kind of not. To get away with just statically linking it without having to worry yourself about any performance. Because if you do modify it, statically linked is good when you're always modifying that library for like little reasons here and there. Shared library is good for size and some other stuff, but it's also good to have a shared, like there's, it just depends. Shared library you could like compile a different compiler and hook into it, so that has advantages. You could have it calling Windows 7 functions on one shared library, switch the shared library to another shared library, call it Windows 11 functions that don't exist on Windows 7 and they can't be together. And that's why shared library is a good hack. There's also some kind of injection DLL with IMGUI. I need to watch that video. That seems like a nice little hack technique and go into the disassembler things. Alright. What I don't see here is this. Okay, we will definitely need this. Why are we in the gym prototype? Okay. 3. I think it's already included in our build. Yeah, the folder is already included. Alright, so we have some just garbage. It's just trying to access the be sure to comment out. So the texture variable. Did we already load the texture by this point in time? I think we did. Like it would be nice to include what the texture is. Every character has a texture in the other format. In our format, we're just using one texture for everything. We're generating it. We do write it and then load it back up, which is kind of shameful, but for testing purposes, you have to do it this way. But later we'll just load it up, generate it, and not even write it to disk. We just straight load it from memory, out of generating out of memory. We do have the texture at this point. What's its ID? Usually the ID will be 1. Like you could actually guess it and hard code it, which is bad. For some reason OpenGL returns a different ID, you'll die. You won't know what the error is, but it'll take you 5 hours to find it, or 5 days. And once you do, you will punch yourself in the concrete. Yeah, it's one of those things. Okay. I could find this variable. It's not this. This is the one we're setting for every character. We could just get rid of it, but it's not this. This is the shader. So it's like embedded code within the GPU. It's this. And it returns it, right? So when we do load texture, it returns the texture, yeah. Alright, load texture. It's this shit. Here's the problem. Ah. Okay, looks crazy. We are doing... Ah, is this really what the code looks like? Is this inside main? Just spaghettied out like this? Yeah. MSDF texture, yeah, this MSDF texture. Like I made it global. So we load it right here, but the texture is being loaded like after all this. Because we never really tell it to access it. Really, the solution is just to set it to nothing for now. Alright. Let's not screw up the code's flow. Just go to 710 and fix this. It's the first parameter though. It's not like we can leave it out. So we'll just have to set it to 0. Because if it's 0, when you do a check later, we'll at least know that it's not really valid. It's not being used, but it could. It's just so standard for it to be there. Alright, we got a lot of purple. A int and unsigned int fighting each other. I love it. Okay. So we have, okay, what's gonna happen? Oh. Alright, so that's what we needed. We just need the output of the first few lines. So we got this output. Number of characters 128. So it looks like free type works. It compiled in. Okay, good. I forgot to write the next part of the code, like the main thing. I recycled this like ugly looking function thing. I really didn't want to recycle this thing. Alright, now we need to call this. Do we even use any of these values? I think we use all of them, right? Yeah, we use X and Y for sure. And X position and scale. So we have to be so legit about this. The color, it won't, it'll ignore. And we have to do this before we call GL bind buffer. That was just my old quad created. So right here, for now, it doesn't go into render loop. It goes pretty buffer loaded. It has like 2 stages, but it's faster. It's like more management speed. Okay, so it's right. Hello caps. Hello. And I don't want to put a space in there. I don't want to risk that yet. MST, MT, SDF, Gen. That was all one word because then we don't have to worry about it crashing. I just needed to like test. Okay, float X. Let's just put. Where did that send it? Let's put 0.1 float Y. 0.1. I forget what these values should be. 25.0. I think this scale might have to be lower. Float color 3. Okay, we don't need to define anything, we just need to pass it. And we know what this is. I think it's 800 by 600. Without having to go and find the variable. Just set the okay. Ouch. I don't see anything cool. Oh, why? Alright, let's do some manual calculations. While I do calculations that recompile. Where should this be? In a normalized text system, that should have been fine. What I should have done is not change the UV values yet. Should have kept them. Because if the UVs are wrong, it could be transparent based on the shader. We could have just switched the shader though. Another thing we could try. Can't because we got shit. No, we don't have. We could just do this. Let's go with the shader real quick. Alright, I'm really upset. That's not gonna matter though. Only one thing matters, that's printf. Or something. Because first we just need to make sure these are right. Reindeer text. What I might be doing is smashing them. Sometimes just like we're doing the indexes right. Yeah, we're doing everything right here. This crap. So we want to print everything. Just do what the text renderer is going to do. Print a lot of text. Yeah. Or to fix it, we must use it. Something. I just wonder what it's going to say. I'm just like really mystified here. Oh, I didn't print the character. X is 75. X is 950. Alright, it's the scale. Oh, damn it. I love it. I had to write all that when I could just guess the right answer, which I already said it was. Let's just say the scale is like, so we want this at like 20 and this at like 40. So if the scale is being normalized and we're at 800 by 600, 1 divided by 800, something like 1 over 10. So 0.1. It's like stupid calculator. It's so laggy too. Like it's like the graphing on this is like awesome. Let's say the graphing on this is pretty cool. Right, fuck. Yeah, like, this is like useful for games to like draw like random graphs here. It's like, no, can't do that one. I always like doing the ones that you're not supposed to do. Like x to the power of x. That one works. Kind of. It only works on x-axis. And then you crash graphing calculator. Okay. We got better values here. Okay, we got x that's not being incremented at all. I don't know, what was that, 20, 27? Alright, we have a little problem here. I don't like that. The decimal point value doesn't matter. It's like, we'll be able to see the people see my crooked characters. Well, we'll figure it out if we how crooked they look. It'll be interesting. Damn it. It's still too big. You're like, why? Because once it's normalized... what the fuck? Maybe it's not normalized? When x comes in... Dumbass, I should like know this. Oh, x position. No, it does get multiplied by scale. So if 20 plus the bearing gets multiplied by scale, x doesn't. That's the problem. Whoever wrote this was a dumbass. Oh, it was me and the AI. Alright. So let's like put zeros here. And this bearing is going to get scaled probably wrong. Okay, we'll change scale to 1. The first thing of this is just get values that default work. I love this part. It's like the most like boring and gruesome part. Why? I could have like made a thing that like would change. Oh, okay. Hello. Somehow. Oh, it's because of the background thing, right? Am I lying to myself to seem like it's working? How is it cut? It's because the texture is wrong. No. And why do we not see the other one? why didn't I see the other one? It really kicks me in the face. It's 0.32. Okay, we can see both of them. And they work. But why, last time we saw like these lines through them? Why is that? And scaling, I think scaling that it doesn't work yet. That's like the next thing, but yeah, okay. And it looks really blocky. I guess that's the font itself. Let's do that again. I have some requests. Oh fuck. Uh-oh. How did that appear? That's not even like being rendered. Oh, that wasn't even added to the... Oh, it transforms the one that's on there already. Yeah, it just takes the first quad. Because the index, I defined it on purpose just in case if I hit the button it would crash. Oh yeah, it does change their... Alright, cool, it works. Now we can do effects and stuff. Nice. So... Okay, so that makes it... So that's that step. There's a few more steps after this. Changing it, kind of like that one thing changes it. Except for all of them. Yep. I like checking the FPS. Just sending it to it. And then making GL sub update it. Yep. So that's in this text. And TSTF. And the first video has the sugar. Where I modify, just save this. This is like the golden piece one. This one leads to text rendering. Dynamic text rendering. This one really should have another value. The attributes array, basically saying hidden and visible. And then later on, when you need to display it, you display it. Or just you initialize it, maybe display it. You update it. If the size of the block it's on changes. And this is a really useful printf. This is what really saves you in the beginning. It's really annoying to write. And this thing right here is also the most annoying thing to write. I can't believe that I wrote this printf after this. Usually you just plug in the default values, the 0 and 1s, and just check if the exposition things work. It's just more brute force that way. I just know about this trick, this Atlas trick prior. And this thing right here, it has to be solved with a map, not like this. Just freaking guesswork, because like if I put a space, it will break. Generate a bigger atlas, add for the character. For the character array, add the space as a maybe make a character fake an SVG for that character and send in like a empty block. So it draws like empty blocks or slash B's in there. And put the B in there and put a slash through it. Or some fancy other thing. So you're using more fancier things done with this than the standard character stuff. I've seen some games do a few little fancy character things here and there.